There you go.
Well, Ala, so nice to have you here. We're so excited to have you here at EB, our 2024 Alumni Spotlight Award winner. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, about your work and what you do, and share your journey here.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me. It's an honor to be awarded this. My name is Ebtekar. I am a Bay Area-based artist. I've been doing this for quite some time now, but started my journey of school here at Mei-Lin, so it's nice to be back.
And can you tell us a little bit about what kind of art exactly
Sure.
that you do?
Yeah, of course. I'm a formally trained painter, and I think drawing and painting has always been at the kind of center of kind of my work. Even when I'm doing an installation or something that might be more sculptural, it all starts with a drawing.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of just paper and pencil, essentially. But I think that that kind of early kind of involvement in the visual kind of two-dimensional from painting, drawing led to things that have been more about creating an experience for an audience. So that might mean a light sculpture. It might mean alternative photography. It might mean ceramics. But I think at the core of it, drawing and painting is still kind of the foundation to help get me to even exploring other mediums and other projects that might be more kind of about producing a space, if you will.
I know you're the director of Art, Social Space, and Public Discourse at Stanford, right? So, and a global initiative on art that investigates the multiple contexts that shift and define changing ideas of public space. That's how it's described. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I mean it's basically a initiative that started on exploring several kind of facets to it. One is exploring the history of artistic engagement in public space. And sometimes this means looking at spaces that have been overlooked, might be invisible to some, but really have been a space where certain practices that have happened and are still happening that have shifted the discourse or have kind of contributed to the discourse. So, and then another facet is to bring artists, practitioners, and scholars in conversation to talk about the same things. And then a whole other kind of facet is to also kind of commission new projects, public art projects, and also, kind of connect the global with the local. And so that's a big kind of a part of it as well. So yeah, there's kind of a lot of aspects to it that's been my interest.
Was there an influence that you felt like EB had on you?
For sure. Yeah, many. I mean, just going back to the arts, I think we had a great art teacher, Mary Curtis Radcliffe. Great art projects. We had Michael Rossman as a science teacher, and amazing science teacher. He's also at the kind of the forefront of alongside folks like Mario Savio at the during the free speech movement in Berkeley. So a lot of that kind of ethos, a lot of that kind of thought, as you mentioned, I think went into the pedagogy, the overall kind of approach, and it was very hands-on. It was very hands-on, and I really appreciate that. And then I remember in middle school, during Black History Month in February, they would invite former members of the Black Panther Party to kind of come in. So it always felt like a international school, but an international school that had a strong kind of foot in what was the kind of the local, both community, also just local history as well, being in Berkeley, California. So I really appreciated that, these kind of different perspectives. I think the big reason my parents put me in school is that it had that. had that kind of, it wasn't just this kind of, French curriculum. There was this kind of larger kind of, international kind of feel to the school from folks from all walks of life. We had actually just come back from Germany, being in a 1-year school abroad, and also my parents would come here from Iran before that in the 70s, and I know, wanting to be in a place where there's also these, diversity really, present. And I remember my class feeling very much that, and also not just, students' backgrounds, but also where they were driving from, whether it was from, I think about all the different parts of like the Bay Area that folks would sometimes drive from, whether it was, from like Lorinda, Lafayette, or was it, Hayward, or, Sobrante Park in Oakland, or for a school that's relatively small, it made the world, feel a lot more connected, and the kind of a local terrain, to some extent.